Surah Al-Mursalat from the Meccan period. Star 43. Cluster by cluster, star, star, the one who sends forth and topples those who come before him, reviving societies as he revives and as he revives the truth. The verses of the Quran that distinguish the truth from falsehood serve as evidence that what you have been threatened and frightened with will definitely come to pass. Remember those stars, when it is erased, when it is destroyed, when it is removed, when the sky is torn apart, when the mountains are scattered, the messengers who will bear witness are kept waiting for the time of testimony. When the day of distinction is determined, what has informed you about what the day of distinction is? On that day, woe to the deniers. Did we not bring change and destruction to those before them? Then we will follow those behind them. This is how we deal with the guilty. On that day, woe to the deniers. Did we not create you from a worthless drop of water? Then we kept it in a solid place for a certain measure until the appointed time. So, our power was sufficient. How beautifully we are the ones who have the power. On that day, woe to the deniers. Did we not make the earth a gathering place for the living and the dead? There we created solid high mountains and gave you sweet waters to drink. Woe to those who deny on that day. Go towards that thing you are denying. Go towards that three-pronged fork, a shadow that does not provide shade and does not protect from the flames. It truly sparks like a palace. It's as if the sparks are like yellow males, like camels. Woe to those who deny on that day. It is the day they will not speak. They won't even be allowed to apologize. Woe to the deniers on that day. This is the day of separation when we gather you and those before you. Come on. If you have a sneaky plan, go ahead and put that sneaky plan into action right now. Woe to the deniers on that day. Surely, they have entered under the protection of Allah. They are among shadows, springs, and the fruits their souls desire. Enjoy the things you have done. Enjoy yourselves. This is how we reward those who do good. Woe to the deniers on that day. Eat, enjoy a little. Surely you are the guilty ones. Woe to the deniers on that day when they are told to stay away from associating partners with Allah. They do not stay away from associating partners. Woe to the deniers on that day. Now, after the Quran, which word will they believe in? Surah Kaf, Mecca period. Nechim, Drew. Kaf. The most honorable, the glorious Quran is proof. You were definitely in ignorance and indifference about this. Now we have lifted the veil from you. Now your eyes are sharp today. You have become a strategist, thanks to the Quran. But they were astonished that a warner had come to them from among themselves. Yes, the infidels, those who knowingly reject God's divinity and Lord. This is something to be astonished about. Is it when we die and become dust? They said, this is a far-fetched transformation. We certainly know what the earth has taken away from them. We have a very well-preserved book with us. On the contrary, when the truth came to them, they denied it. That's why they are in a confused state. Well, did they not look up at the sky above them? How have we built and adorned it without any cracks? And we spread the earth and laid it out for every servant who turns to Allah, to open their heart's eye, and we left firm mountains for them. There is a viewing of them, eye-catching. We have planted plants from each pair. We sent down blessed water from the sky, with it gardens and grain to be reaped. We grew tall and large date palms, with buds stacked on top of each other, to provide sustenance for the servants, and with it we revived a dead land. This is how resurrection works. And we revived a dead memory with it. This is how resurrection works. Before them, the people of Noah, the companions of Ras and Thamud, had denied. The people of Ad, Pharaoh, and the brothers of Lot, the companions of the wood, and the people of Tubba, all of them denied the prophets. My punishment is just... Well, did we show weakness in the first creation? No. But they are in doubt about a new creation. And indeed, we created man. We also know what whispers to his soul. And we are closer to him than his jugular vein. 2 recorders, one on his right and one on his left, are stationed by him, while man is constantly being recorded in all his actions. No word can he say without having a watcher ready beside him. The intoxication of death has truly come with reality. Say, oh, man, this is what you have been fleeing from. And the trumpet has been blown. This is the day of fear. And everyone came with a driver and a witness alongside them. And his contemporary friend, the devil, said, "Here is the one ready beside me. Come on, devil, and witness, both of you, throw all those stubborn disbelievers into hell, those who knowingly reject the divinity and lordship of Allah, who prevent good from reaching others, who wrong themselves, and who are filled with doubt." He had taken another god alongside Allah. Come on, both of you, throw him into severe punishment. His contemporary friend Satan said, "Our Lord, I did not lead him astray, but he was in a far-off deviation." God said, "Do not argue in my presence. I had sent you a warning before. In my presence, words cannot be changed. And I am never someone who does wrong to my servants, who diminishes their good deeds, or who acts unjustly. We will ask on that day, have you been filled with hell? Is there more to it?" he says. In heaven, those who have entered under God's protection are not far away, but are brought closer. This is it. It is promised for everyone who turns to God a lot and protects their connection with Him, who shows great mercy to all living beings he has created in this world, who respects, loves, and trembles with knowledge for God, even in places where he is unseen, unheard, or felt, and who is wholeheartedly devoted. Enter there with peace. This is the day of eternity. There, they have whatever they wish for. There is much more than what we have. We have brought many generations before them who were stronger than them to destruction and change. They were tearing apart the towns. Is there any place to escape and be safe? There is certainly advice for anyone who has a mind, understanding, and conscience, or who listens as a witness. And indeed, we created the heavens and the earth, and what is between them in 6 stages. And we were not touched by any fatigue. So be patient against what they say. And purify your Lord with the praise of your Lord at every opportunity, before sunrise and before sunset, and during part of the night. And after convincing the disbeliever to believe, purify him as well. And listen for the day when a caller will call from a near place. On that day they will truly hear that cry. This is the day of resurrection. Truly, we, yes, we, give life, and we take it away. The return is only to us. On that day, the earth will quickly split open beneath them. This is just an easy gathering for us. We know better what they say, and you are not a coercive force over them. So, give advice with the Quran to those who fear my threat. The surah of the city is from the Meccan period. Necmi, Kırçmen. It's not as you think. I can show as evidence all the people living in this city, all those who have descended and multiplied since the first human. We truly created man in distress. You are one of these people too. You will also be in distress. Necmi Kırçmen. Can anyone ever overpower him? What does he think? He says, I wasted heaps of wealth. Does he think that no one ever sees him? Did we not give him 2 eyes, a tongue, and 2 lips? And we showed him 2 clear paths. But he did not attack that steep slope. And what did he inform you about that steep slope? It is to free a slave, or to feed a needy orphan on a day of famine, or to help those who are in distress. Then it is to be among those who believe and advise each other to be patient and to show compassion. It is to feed the crawling poor and the unemployed. Then it is to be among those who believe and advise each other to be patient and to show compassion. These are indeed the ones who possess a high degree of happiness. Those who cover up our verses are indeed the ones who bring misfortune and calamity upon themselves. There is a fire with tightly shut doors over them. Surah At-Tariq, Meccan period. Star 47. The scholars and At-Tariq, the group of Quranic verses that penetrate through. It is a witness that definitely there are certain guardians over every being that has fully completed its essence. That's why a person should take a look at why they were created. from a pulsating water that comes out between the spine and the breastbone. It was created, starting from estrogen and testosterone. There is no doubt that it is the day when all secrets are revealed by the Creator. He is the one who has the power to bring him back. There is no longer any power for him, nor any helper. The situation of the scholars who believe in resurrection after death, the ignorant, and the disbelieving Kafirs who knowingly reject God's divinity and Lord, is proof of this. There is no doubt about it. It is a decisive judgment. And it is not a joke. There is no doubt that they are plotting a very cunning trap. I will punish them too. That's why give the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject God's divinity and Lord, a little time. Give them a little time. Surah Al-Qamar Makkan period. Nečim, 48. That hour, the moment of the apocalypse, has drawn near. And everything has been revealed. But when they see a sign, they turn away and say it's just a continuation of an ongoing magic. Even though every command given to them in the Quran is a law, a principle, and a guideline established to prevent injustice and chaos at the highest level of adequacy. They lied and followed their passions. Surely, they had received news that would deter them. Despite this, the warnings are not effective. So stay away from them. On that day, the caller will call them to something unknown and strange, and their eyes will be humbled as they rush out of their graves towards the caller. They are like scattered locusts. Those disbelievers who knowingly reject God's divinity and Lord, they say, this is a difficult day. Before them, the community of Noah also denied, so much so that they denied our servant, saying, he is a madman, supported by hidden forces. And he was detained. All his activities had been hindered. Upon this, Noah cried out to his Lord, I have truly been defeated. Help me. We opened the gates of the sky with water pouring down like a flood. We also caused the earth to gush forth with springs. Then the waters met, for a matter already decreed. We kept Noah under our protection, as a reward for the one who was ungrateful. We carried the flowing boards, planks, and nails, the small boats that were the hurgans on the little ships. And let it be that we left this as a sign. So is there who takes heed and thinks, so, what are my punishments and warnings like? I swear, we have made the Quran easy to think about and prepared it as a lesson. So is there anyone who takes lessons and thinks, the people of Ad did not take heed. So, what are my punishments and warnings like? Surely, we indeed sent against them a freezing, howling, blowing wind on an extended day. It was seemingly as if they were completely uprooted, like palm trunks. So, what are my punishments and warnings like? I swear, we have made the Quran easy to think about and prepared it as a lesson. So is there anyone who takes lessons and thinks? The Thamid also denied those warnings. Are we going to follow just one person, him? If we do that, we would definitely be in a state of misguidance and madness. Was the lesson left to him from the book among us? No. On the contrary, he is a very arrogant liar. They said, tomorrow they will know who the biggest liars and the arrogant ones are. Without a doubt, we will certainly and undoubtedly and unequivocally instruct them to establish social support institutions for themselves and to consistently maintain them. So you watch over them and be patient. And they will maintain these institutions, inform them that the duties of paying zakat, tax, and spending have been shared among them. It has also been determined how much each person will contribute to the public. Upon this, they called out to their friends and administrators. He took what he was supposed to take and collapsed the system by drying up the income sources that sustain the social institutions. So, what are my punishments? And warnings like? Without a doubt, we sent a terrifying single voice upon them. They became like a pile of brushwood gathered by the rationalists. I swear, we made the Quran easy to think about and prepared it for guidance. So is there who takes heed and thinks? The people of Lot denied the warnings. We sent a storm that rained small stones upon them. Lot's family was kept separate from this. We saved them as a blessing from us at dawn. We reward those who pay back the blessings given to them like this. I swear, Lot had warned them against our capture. But they met the warnings with doubt. And I swear, they attempted to take sexual advantage of his guests. We also blinded their eyes. We wiped out their tribes and lineages. Come, taste my punishment and my warnings. And I swear, a decisive punishment overwhelmed them early in the morning. Come, taste my punishment and my warnings. I swear, we made the Quran easy to think about. We made it easy and prepared it for guidance. So is there who takes heed and thinks? Surely, warners had come to Pharaoh and his aides. They denied all our signs. We caught them with the grip of someone very strong and powerful. Are your unbelievers, those of us who knowingly deny the existence of Allah and their Lord, better than them? Or is it written in the scriptures that they will be saved in your hands? Is there a document or decree given by Allah? Or are they a community that helps each other, capable of taking revenge? What are they saying? Soon, that community will be defeated and they will turn back and flee. Actually, that hour is what has been promised to them. That hour is indeed more terrible, and it is even more bitter. Surely, the guilty are in wickedness and madness. On that day their faces will be dragged across the fire. Taste the touch of the scorching heat that boils the brains in hell. Netim 49. Indeed, we have created everything. Yes, we created everything with a measure, a setting. And our command is but a single glance, a momentary thing. And indeed, we have brought about change and destruction to those like you. So is there anyone who thinks and everything they have done is recorded in the records? The small ones and the big ones, all have been written down line by line. Without a doubt, he is under the protection of Allah. They are in the gardens of paradise. They are in the rivers. They are in the lights. The very powerful owner, the truth in the presence of the manager, is in the seats of honor, belonging specifically to the righteous. They are in positions that cannot possibly lie. They are in fixed positions that have no possibility of being eliminated. Surah Sad during the Meccan period. Nechim, Chinsa, Sad. The staff, the one with honor, is proof of the Quran. We caused many generations before them to undergo change and destruction. They also called out, but it was no longer the time for salvation. On the contrary, those disbelievers who knowingly reject God's divinity and Lord are filled with pride and division. And they were astonished that a warner had come to them. Those disbelievers who knowingly reject God's divinity and Lord say that this is a magician. He is someone who lies a lot. Did he make all these gods into one? They said this is truly something to be astonished at. Did he make it just one God? They said this is truly something to be astonished at. And the prominent ones among them walked forward. Resist against your gods and do not turn back from your words or decisions. This is truly something expected from you. We will end this. We haven't heard this in any other religion. This is nothing but a fabrication. Advice. Was the book sent down upon him from among us? On the contrary, they are lacking in knowledge from my advice, from the Quran. On the contrary, they have not yet tasted my punishment. Or is it that their Lord, who is very powerful and forgiving, has treasures of mercy with him? Or do they own the dominion of all the heavens, the earth, and everything in between? Then, here they are, those who are a defeated army made up of various groups. Then, they are an army made up of various groups. Defeated here. Let them rise by trying every possible way. Let them try everything they can. Before them, the people of Noah. Name: Pharaoh, the owner of stakes, with magnificent armies, who committed unseen tortures. Thamud, the society of Lot. And those who denied the companions, they are indeed separate groups leading the way. They all just denied the messengers. For this reason, my punishment has become a reality. And they are not waiting for anything other than a scream. That won't even be delayed for the blink of an eye. And they said, Our Lord, give us our share of the punishment quickly before the day of judgment. What is it? 51. You be patient with what they say, and remember our servant David, who is the owner of strength. Without a doubt that your Lord is very forgiving. Indeed, we have made the mountains submit. We created it in a way that would be beneficial for people structurally. They always glorified Allah, keeping him free from imperfections. They always glorified Allah, keeping him free from imperfections. We had also made the birds submit to him in groups. We had created it in a way that would benefit David and people. They all turned to him. We also strengthened his dominion, and we gave him the ability to speak the word that distinguishes the law and the truth from falsehood. And have you heard about the plaintiffs? When they had entered the special chamber of David, the mihrab, when they entered upon David, he had instilled fear in them. Do not be afraid. We are two plaintiffs. Some of us have wronged others. Now you judge between us with truth and justice. They said, do not wrong us and guide us to the right path. One of them said, this is my brother. He has 99. He has a pure white sheep. But I have just one pure white sheep. While this was the case, he said, give that to me too. And in the conversation, he had the upper hand over me. He defeated me in the argument. David said, truly, he has wronged you by wanting to add one of your sheep to his own. Indeed, most of the partners, those living in a community, definitely wrong each other. However, those who believe and engage in acts of correction do not commit injustice. But how few they are! And David was convinced and understood that we tested him with a series of hardships. To purify and refine him, he immediately sought forgiveness from his Lord. He became certain and understood that we had matured him. He immediately sought forgiveness from his Lord. He fell to the ground, away from the common path, and turned away. We also forgave him. That's how it is. Surely there is a closeness for him with us, and there is a beautiful place of return. Oh, David, we really are. We have made you a ruler in place of the former ruler in this land. So then, establish justice by preventing injustice, and chaos among people through rights. How can you follow desire? In that case, it will lead you astray from the path of Allah. Certainly those who stray from the path of Allah have a severe punishment for themselves because they do not care about the day of judgment. We also granted Solomon to David. What a beautiful servant he was. Surely he was very devoted to his Lord. You know, he was presented with good breed and swift horses in the afternoon. I loved wealth, riches, and the love of gain because of the remembrance of my Lord. Finally they entered behind the curtain. Bring them back to me, he said. He immediately started to stroke their legs and necks. I swear that we had indeed also truly cleansed and purified Solomon through various trials, hardships, challenges, and tribulations. And we had left a corpse on his throne. Then he turned back. O my Lord, protect me. Do not let me be tainted with material and spiritual filth, and grant me a kingdom that is not suitable for anyone after me. Forgive me. No doubt you. He said, may you grant abundantly and forgive. We also said, we have given to his command the wind that flows softly wherever he wishes, the devils, all the divers and master builders, and others who are chained. This is indeed our unaccountable favor. Now, if you wish, you can give it to others, or keep it for yourself. Surely for him there is a closeness with us and a beautiful place of return. Remember our servant Job. At one time he had called out to his Lord, "The devil has brought me pain and distress. Quickly get away from there on foot. Here is a place to wash, a cold drink, and a handful in your hand. Take your capital from the place of the trade. For spice trading, take the bunch of mint. Set out immediately to seek sustenance with him, and do not be indecisive. Direct deviation. Do not sin. Truly, we found him to be a patient person. What a beautiful servant he was. Surely he is one who turns to his Lord often, and we granted him a similar family and those who were with him. We granted it as a lesson for those who have mercy and the ability to understand. Remember our servants, those of strength and insight, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Surely we have purified them with the purity of the idea of homeland and the longing for a free country. And surely they are among the chosen ones, the best of people. Remember Ismail, Eliasa. Also remember Zulkifl. They are all among the righteous. Nechmi. And we did not create the heavens, the earth, and everything in between without purpose. This is the fate of the disbelievers, those who knowingly reject God's divinity and Lord. Woe to those who disbelieve, those who knowingly deny the divinity of Allah and their Lord because of the fire of hell. Or do we treat the believers and those who do righteous deeds like the corrupt ones on earth? Otherwise, he is under the protection of Allah. Would we treat them like those who do not recognize faith and are sunk in evil? This is a blessed book that we have sent down to you, so that those with pure intellects can ponder over its verses and take heed. Indeed, this is a reminder, an honor, and a lesson. Surely for those who enter under God's protection, there is a beautiful place of return. They have been prohibited from many fruits and drinks that they desire, and they are all of the same age. Their eyes are like those of servants who see no one but their masters. They have gardens of paradise, with doors opened for them. This is what has been promised to you for the day of judgment. Without a doubt, this is our provision. There is no end to him. Indeed, among the wicked, the worst place of return is hell, to which they lean for support. What a terrible creature that is. Here is the boiling water and the bitter drink. Let them keep tasting it. And there are pears, and others from its shape. These are a group that has entered as if they were thrown in with you. They have no comfort. Surely they have been thrown into hell. They say, no. Actually, hello to you, there's no good morning. You brought hell before us. What a terrible place that is. They say, O our Lord, whoever has brought this upon us, increase their torment in the fire. And they say again, Why can't we see some men whom we consider to be among the wicked? We had mocked them, we had belittled them, or have their eyes turned away from them. Surely this is the reality of the fire dwellers arguing and disputing with each other. Englişh 53 say that I am just a warner, and he, the one and overwhelming Lord of the heavens and the earth and everything between them. There is no God but Allah, who is very strong and most forgiving. Say this Quran is a very great, significant message. You are keeping your distance from it. While they were arguing with each other, I had no knowledge of the Quran, which is filled with the highest things. But yes, I am being revealed to because I am a clear warner. Englişh 54. When your Lord once said to the powers in the universe, without a doubt, I am creating a human from clay. When I have shaped him and made him knowledgeable, he said, fall down, and submit to him immediately, be obliterated, become nothing. Then the devil, all the forces in the universe, except the facility of thought, bowed down and surrendered together. The devil acted arrogantly and was among those who ignored it. Oh God, oh devil, what prevented you from bowing down and submitting to what I created with my 2 hands and my power? Did you become arrogant? Or were you among those of high rank? He said, the devil said, I am better than him. You created me from energy. You created him from matter. God, get out of there immediately. You are definitely cast out now. You are the one who throws stones into the darkness, the one who produces baseless words and thoughts. Of course, keeping you away from good is up to you until the day of judgment, he said. The devil said then, my Lord, he said, give me time until the day they are resurrected. God said, come on, you are among those who are given a certain time. The devil said, then I swear by your absolute victory, the Most High, the most powerful, the most honorable, who cannot be defeated, that I will surely lead all of them astray, except for your purified servants among them. God said, this is the truth. I am also stating this truth. I swear that I will definitely fill hell with you and all those who follow you. Englişh 53 say that I do not ask for any payment from you for the Quran. I am not among those who impose obligations, nor among those who distort their own religion, nor among those who impose burdens. I'm not one of those who cause trouble either. The Quran is a reminder for all the worlds. However, and you will definitely know its amazing news after a while. Surah Al-A'raf from the Meccan period. Englişh 54 Alif, Lam, Mim, Sad. It is a reminder and advice sent to you for warning those who believe. It is the book that has been instilled within you, so that he has no distress in his heart. Follow what has been revealed to you from your Lord, and do not follow the close ones, who guide, help, and protect you among them. How little advice you take, how little you remember. And we have brought many cities to change and destruction. Our punishment had returned to some of them, while they were sleeping at night, and to others, while they were resting during the day. When our punishment came to them, they had no other plea than to say that we were indeed those who wronged ourselves by associating partners with Allah. Then I swear, we will also question those to whom we have sent messengers. I swear, we will also question the messengers that were sent. Then I swear to them, we will explain with knowledge, because we were not far away. And the weighing on that day is the truth. Whose scales? If their scales are heavy, then they are the ones who are saved. And whoever's scales are light, they are the ones who have brought ruin upon themselves due to their wrongdoing against our signs. And undoubtedly, we have established you on the earth and provided you with sustenance there. How little you repay for the blessings that have been given to you. Neçim, desedim. And undoubtedly, we created you. Then we shaped you, and then we commanded you to submit and bow down to the forces in the universe. We commanded to submit and bow down to Adam, the knowledgeable, divinely inspired human. The devil, except for his ability to think, they immediately submitted and bowed down. He was not one of those who submitted and bowed down. Allah, what prevented you from submitting and showing obedience when I commanded you? He said, Demon, I am better than them. He said, you created me from fire, from energy, and you created him from clay, from matter. God said, then, get down from there immediately. You cannot show off your greatness there. Get out immediately. He said, you are definitely among the lowly. The devil said, give me time until the day they are resurrected. God, he said, you have been granted a respite. The devil, then, in return for pushing me towards wickedness, and I swear that I will sit on your straight path for them. Then I swear that I will approach them from their front, from behind, from their right, and from their left. And you will not find many of them paying back the blessings they have been given, he said. God said, come on, you have been humiliated and pushed out from there. Whoever among them obeys you, I swear that I will fill hell with all of you. And O Adam, knowledgeable and divinely inspired human, you and your wife settle in paradise. Eat from wherever you wish and enjoy it. Do not approach this thing that is the source of conflict. Do not be a slave to your possessions, wealth, money, or material things. Otherwise, you will become one of those who harm themselves, he said. Meanwhile, the devil whispered to them to show them the ugliness that was hidden from themselves. And yes, your Lord has prohibited you from this thing. That is the source of conflict, not for any other reason, but so that both of you do not become angels, beings of will-less power, or eternal beings that do not develop or change. He has forbidden you from wealth, property, money, and material things, he said. And of course he swore to them, I am one of those who give you good advice. He presented evidence. Thus, he deceived them and brought them low. When they got a taste of the thing that is the source of the conflict, the wealth, the property, the money, their greed and insatiability came into play. And they started hoarding wealth, property, money, and material things. Their Lord called out to them, Did I not forbid you to be a slave to your possessions, wealth, money, and material things? And did I not tell you that this devil is definitely a clear enemy to you? Both of them said, O our Lord, we have wronged ourselves. And they said, If you do not forgive us and do not act with your mercy towards us, we will surely be among the losers. Allah, consider each other as enemies. He said, You have a period of time to stay and benefit on this earth. Allah said, You will live there and you will die there, and you will be taken out from there, he said.